Let's see what this Godzilla is made of. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing a 2022 Ford Tremor with the Godzilla V8. First and foremost, though, a huge shout out and thank you to National GMC here in American Fork, Utah, for giving me some time with this Tremor. This one is available for sale right now. If you're interested, check out the inventory in the description down below. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get into the video. So under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 7.3 liter V8 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. It's good for 430 horsepower at 5,500 RPMs, and then 475 pound-feet of torque at 4,000 RPMs. And just look at this monstrosity. So let's go over the front end of this Tremor. So first off, I love the metallic white paint on this particular truck. You guys can see the Super Duty logo front and center, and overall the hood just looks fantastic. Now this is built off of a Lariat, so you guys can see the daytime running lights, and then the headlights pretty bright. Got the fog lights down below. Next we have the blacked out recovery hooks here on the front end, and also the Ford logo has been blacked out as well. They delete the air dam here on the Tremor, and speaking of deletion of the air dam, we have 10.8 inches of ground clearance with the Tremor. That is some serious off-road capability. And, well, there's the front. Now coming to the side here, we've got 285mm tires wrapped around 18-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear as well. Notice how the wheel is all blacked out. It looks really cool in contrast to the white paint on this particular truck. Notice how aggressive these tires are, and you got quite a bit of sidewall. Now you can see here with the off-road shocks. Now this is 2 inches higher than a regular Super Duty, but 1 inch comes from the tire and then 1 inch comes from the suspension. Notice that the Lariat F-250 logo has been blacked out. The mirror caps have been blacked out. We have the Raptor style side steps. And then if we take a few steps back, there's your full side profile on the truck. And then popping to the rear, you can see again really aggressive setup with the tire and the wheel. And then notice here at the off-road shock and then the leaf springs there in the rear, and, well, also Tremor sticker. So here's our key fob for the Tremor. We have our unlock function, our lock function, and then the remote start. Now for the tailgate, we just have to lower it down ourselves, and it is not slow lowering, so make sure that you hold it all the way. Now we have a payload capacity of 2,857 pounds with this specific truck. Notice we have the liner already. We've got LED lights here and the bed as well, and you know, being a Super Duty, it does have a pretty large size bed. You know, it's got the cargo light there at the top, and then when you're all done, just got to lift that up yourself. Now let's finish things up with the rear of the truck. So we've got the upgraded LED Super Duty tail lights here with the sensor in the center. You can see the exhaust tip is actually pretty small. Parking sensors here on the back end, and again, body painted bumper. Towing capacity with the Tremor, everything that I've looked up says like around 15,000 pounds with the Godzilla V8. So yeah, pretty capable. Now here's the door panel on the rear. Still have the wood trim as part of the Lariat package. And again, we got the off-road style side steps. We've got the Lariat leather seats, as you can see, perforated there in the center portion. And then notice here is a little charging port down below. Still have the cup holder armrest, and being a, you know, Super Crew, you've got quite a bit of space back here for rear passengers, and headroom's fantastic as well. I've been in a bunch of Super Duties. You guys know the space is great. So yeah. Now here is the front door panel. You can see with the leather trim that comes with the Lariat. Sorry about the lighting here. Anyways, we've got blind spot running with the trailer tow mirrors. This does have the mirror extender, which goes in and out. You can fold in the mirrors via power function. We've got memory seats as well. And then here are the front seats again. Notice with the perforations there, nice and soft. Got your power adjustments there on the side. Pedal layouts down below, pretty normal setup. Got the parking brace release, which is, notice it's a foot parking brake, as you can see. Pedal adjustment, and then you got your light controls here with the mirror lights. Steering wheel's manually adjustable. Let's pop in. Do, 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 do. Will the camera focus this time? Come on! There we go. Now here is the steering wheel for the Tremor. You guys can see the nice leather trim all around. We've got our volume controls, voice command controls, cruise control here on the other side, controls for the center stack. We have our turn signal windshield wiper stock, and we have our column shifter with the drive mode select, and then it does have the manual shift function right there as well. And yes, you do have to put the key in. That's all. Now here is the center gauge cluster. You guys can see the RPMs over on the left side. On the right side, you've got the speed, and then we do have the center screen, which you can scroll through a few different menus. So like we can see tire pressure, pretty high. But you can scroll through other bits of info, like we can see the off-road status as well. And then you guys can see how much fuel you have to empty, and there you go. So we also have the drive modes we can go through. We got normal, tow haul, eco, slippery, deep snow, sand, and then we have rock crawl as well with the Tremor package. This does also come with the sport traction. So if I press traction control twice, you got the sport mode, just like other Super Duties, and there you go. Now here's the center infotainment system. Up above it, we have our traction control button, hazard lights, off-road cruise control, and then lane departure assistance. Then if I pop it into reverse, notice we do have a backup camera, and yes, whoever ordered this truck ordered it with the beep beep when you put it in reverse. It's kind of annoying. Aside from that, you guys can see response time here is with the screen is great. You got the shortcut bar, you got the main screen, got the auxiliary screen. You guys have seen the 12-inch display before, so there you go. Now here is our driveline select. So we do have 2-wheel high, 4-wheel low. We've got a locker in the rear as part of the Tremor package. Trailer brake controls. We've got the radio controls up above. We've got our dual zone climate controls, heated and cooled seats. We also have a power outlet, and then we have our dual glove box situation. Man, the camera's just failing at focusing today. Anyways, got some little charging ports down below. Couple of cup holders here, and then you can see the center console setup, because it's also, well, a bench seat, and there's even more storage space underneath. Yeah, pretty interesting. You just have your best friend sit by you in your Tremor when you're going on those bumpy off-road trails. And then popping here to the top, as you guys can see, we've got a sunglass holder, which, yes, power sliding window for the rear. And there you go. So here is the window sticker. Now, if you want the most up-to-date price with this truck, check out National GMC's website in the description down below. You guys can see here with the warranty information. Notice it has like everything, but again, this is a gas, so you can see what the powertrain would be. And then here's the options on this particular one. So you got like the Star White, for example. You got the Tremor package. You can see how much that costs. But after, well, here's the base price. After all options, total MSRP on this truck originally, $70,515. Let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off here on the Tremor. Here's your visibility of the hood, both the mirrors, which again have blind spot monitoring, and throughout the rest of the rear. And let's set off. So, setting off here in the Tremor F-250 with the Godzilla V8. It's been like a long time since I've driven any Ford with this V8, so this should be a pretty exciting video. So first off, ride quality with the Super Duty. It's decent. You know, obviously having solid axles and everything, you know, kind of makes things a little bit more abrasive, but it does a pretty good job. And having these aggressive off-road tires with quite a bit of sidewall does help out a bit with the ride quality. Steering, you know, has that normal Super Duty vague feeling to it as well. But, you know, this review is mostly about the engine. Wow, that was a funny one. This engine's mostly about the review. It's torquey, I can tell you that right now. It's quiet too, actually. See how it does over this little dip. Yeah, pretty solid with the shocks and everything. But obviously, the benefit with solid axles is stability, right? Off-road. Especially with crawling and stuff, and you know, articulation as well. I'm not talking about high speed stability, I'm talking about like low speed, right? And so yeah, you can imagine with the Tremor being, you know, kind of like an off-road package, it's gonna help out. It's so torquey. Like I'm driving this pretty similar to how I drive like a Super Duty with a diesel, frankly, which is interesting. Like just lightly getting into the throttle, not really, you know, diving too deep into it. Like it's doing a really solid job. Got the normal Super Duty brakes that always feel interesting. You kind of have to modulate the pedal in a fun way. Go over another dip here. That's fun. Yeah, pretty solid. See how the turning radius is. Our little circle here. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Let's see what this Godzilla is made of. Oh, that sounds pretty nice. Sounds pretty nice. Now I don't think I have anyone behind me. Yeah, we don't have anyone behind us. Okay, we're gonna see how it goes from a standstill. Wow. It's not as crazy as the Power Stroke. It's still a cool engine. Sounds great. I mean, 7.3 liter V8. Where else do you get a 7.3 liter V8? Come on, people. Yeah, let's sum things up here with this Tremor with the Godzilla V8. So first off, low end torque's actually really solid. It gets up and moves at a very solid pace. And then from a driving perspective, or driving experience perspective with the Tremor package, it's, you know, pretty much just a regular Super Duty with a little bit extra height, right? They got rid of the air dam, you got more aggressive off-road tires. This is basically what a lot of people do to their Super Duties, frankly, and here in Utah at least. It's just from the factory instead of doing it after the fact. But this has 18-inch wheels instead of 20s is what everyone runs here in Utah, which I think the 18s look great. It's the way to go with the truck because you get a little bit more sidewall with the tires. And then, yeah, with the Godzilla V8, it's fun. It's a cool engine. Now, would I get this over the Power Stroke? I don't know. Power Stroke obviously is a pretty expensive option. That being said, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's a tough choice, right? The Power Stroke's going to be heavier than this. Depends on what you're using it for. If you're actually going to do off-roading, this is obviously going to be the engine to go for. But if you're going to use it as like a tow rig daily driver, probably Power Stroke. But this is still such a cool engine. It's so unique. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about the Godzilla. I think it's pretty cool. Now let's get some things up for our video on this Ford Tremor with the Godzilla V8. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the National GMC here in American Fork for giving me some time with this truck. Check out the inventory in the description down below. I'll see all of you in the next video.